Hey guys, it's SoundKiller. Today I'm going to show you how to make a cool bass growl using Serum. So let's hop into the computer and get started with that. So I have my Serum loaded here. I'm going to make a cool little growl. I'm going to start by choosing my favorite wavetable folder, which is a spectral wave folder. I've used it in countless tutorials. And I want to use that crunchy sound. So I want to have something automated like that. And you go like very fast and then slow down. Maybe remove that. And then to make it more growl-ish, I'm gonna add the SM. I want to make it parallel. And see how it's already giving it that vowel tone? This is what I want in a growl. That very nice vowel tone. So to give it more grit and bass, I'm gonna add here from a basic shapes that you saw. And this is gonna give it more grit, a more gritty sound. I'm just gonna add the high pass to give it a more vowel tone. And the notch because it gives it a nice vowel-y flavor to it as well. Play around with the high pass a little bit, the cutoff. You can also add some white noise to fill it up a little bit, but just like a very tiny touch. Now I want to add first of all the ODD and then distort the heck out of it. Maybe some hyperdimension always works well. And the dimension, just give it a little more space in the mix. Now, what I like to do with these kinds of growls is I like to add these flangers, which, I'm sorry, it's not flanger, it's a phaser. So I like to crank up the resonance. And see how it's starting to sound sort of Skrillex-ish? So now what we can do, we can start playing around. Let's add a little bit more vowel, but then I'm going to show you something really cool that you can do. So I told you guys to like take this to give it the nice little distortion, right? Crunch, but we can turn this off and use the drive. And now what we can do is that we can take this, downsample it. It doesn't sound very cool right now, but just bear with me. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to add these cool little artifact sounds. Yeah. So now you're making this cool little artifact growl without actually having the artifacts. So you can like turn on from 0 and just play around with the mix to add the amount of artifact you want on the growl. And then we can, of course, post-process this, maybe add some more OTT. Maybe some more phaser here. I like the kilohertz phasers. I'm just gonna for that one. If I knew. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm the generator tab. So I'm just gonna load up here my kilohertz phaser, which I really like. We can crunch it up a little bit more with some soft saturation, like for example with plugin. Saturn. Saturn is a good saturation plugin. We can add some more distortion with wavetable, for example. Clean it up with an EQ, remove some of those harsher frequencies. You can also go crazy with the phaser and add a second one, which is something I like to do with my growls, is to have more than one phaser. And then just play around with the mix. Like maybe this one could be 70%. You can also change the phaser here, so I liked it. If you can also play around with like the wavetable position. So it sounds very nice and crunchy. I'm not a big fan of that automation, but you get the idea. Just experiment. And see what you guys like. This is all about playing around, looking for what you like. I just showed you a little technique I like to use to make cool growls. It sounds very, very crunchy, very nice and dry. with the artifacts and all in FL Studio, because you guys know most artifact growls are done in Ableton. It's not as easy to do it in FL Studio, but here I showed you a technique that you can actually use to make these sounds in FL Studio. So hopefully you guys liked this tutorial. Hope you guys actually learned something from it. And as always, I'm very thankful for you guys watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Until next time.